Nowadays, everyone seems to be on a mission to transform their bodies, and it's great. And if you're one of those people, then you've likely heard how fasting boosts weight loss. But did you know that if you aren't careful, fasting can also make you lose your newly hard-earned muscle mass? This is where we come in. In this video, we will be discussing fasting and, more importantly, tips to keep those muscle gains intact while you fast. Just to give you a little sneak peek, these tips include doing the right exercise, taking supplements, and performing a thing called fasted workout. Curious now? Stay tuned to learn more. Before we move on, a like would be awesome. Fasting explained. Fasting refers to the avoidance or restriction of calories. In clinical terms, the definition of fasting varies from total caloric restriction to consuming up to 200 calories per day, restricting calories by 60 to 80%. Depending on your goals, you can approach fasting in many ways. For instance, if you want to lose some weight and regulate blood sugar, intermittent fasting is a good option. Or if you want to take things up a notch and aim for a complete immune system overhaul, then a longer fast would be good. Moving on to our main topic, let's find out now what are things you can do to maintain your muscle mass while you fast. 10 tips to maintain muscle while fasting. Number 1, keep on exercising regularly. The top common and effective way of maintaining muscle while fasting is to continue training at your full capacity. Exercises like cardio, weightlifting, and full body workouts are great options. Also, depending on which IF protocol you are following, you might want to have a protein food 1 to 2 hours before you train and exercise. We'll be talking more about protein intake in a little while, so don't go just yet. Number 2, train preferably in the morning. Speaking of exercise, you may also be wondering if there's the best time to do so. According to experts, the optimal time for exercise is shortly after waking up in the morning, or at least 4 hours before bedtime. The problem with the latter is that it may affect your levels of deep sleep and REM sleep. Thus, to avoid disrupting your sleep and give your body enough time to recover, avoid exercising close to bedtime. In addition, consider not eating straight after exercising. Studies have also discovered that waiting a few hours to eat after a workout boosts the human growth hormone HGH in the body, which helps to burn fat. Number 3, avoid fasting for extremely long periods. In essence, a smaller eating window makes it harder for the body to get enough nutrients. As such, you should be smart and mindful of your fasting pattern. For instance, the 16-8 protocol isn't a bad choice since an eating window of 8 hours will leave enough time for adequate nourishment. Number 4, pick the right type of exercise. According to studies, some exercise types, such as resistance training, increase the muscle sensitivity to insulin. Insulin is a hormone that drives glucose into the muscles and becomes active when there are low glycogen levels in the body. To help maintain muscle mass, consider focusing on the following types of exercise. High-intensity interval training, or HIIT. Otherwise known as sprint training, HIIT involves intense workout sessions followed closely by 15 to 30 minutes of rest. This exercise offers more health benefits than cardio alone, including boosting the human growth hormone HGH, muscle strength, and muscle stamina. Cardio training. Cardio is an aerobic exercise that's effective for losing body fat. That said, too much cardio combined with insufficient calorie consumption can result in losing lean body mass, which includes muscle and fat loss. Thus, if you wish to lose fat through cardio while also maintaining your lean mass, perform running sprints or exercises incorporating explosive movements with some resistance exercises. Resistance training is also excellent as it increases muscle protein balance, thus promoting muscle gain. Weightlifting. And of course, lifting weights will greatly help you in maintaining or increasing muscle. However, you need to consider the effect of glucose on muscle recovery after a heavy lifting session, particularly during fasting. Unlike HIIT workouts, intense weightlifting highly stresses the body, demanding an immediate feeding period. The thing is, eating afterward may be hard to achieve depending on your eating window. For instance, you're choosing to do weightlifting for the main purpose of building muscles. If so, then you should pick a fasting protocol that allows you to lift shortly after eating. This way, you can then fast for hours after your workout. When fasting while also aiming to maintain as much muscle as possible, you should apply some important nutrition strategies, which are what we'll be getting into next. Number 5, implement proper nutrition strategies. Exercise in general helps maintain muscle, but this isn't enough. A good nutrition plan is also a must. Research has shown that when you lose weight fast, you're also likely to lose lean mass, including muscle. In other words, if you're fasting, then you shouldn't be drastically cutting back your calorie intake all at once. The composition of your diet can also contribute to maintaining muscle during fasting. Regardless of what fasting or diet type you're following, what matters most is that you get enough protein, which is even more important if you're trying to lose fat. Several studies show that a protein-rich diet can help preserve muscle during fat loss. Protein intakes of around 0.7 grams per pound of body weight per day may be ideal during fasting and weight loss. Number 6, watch what you eat. Furthermore, you will have to be mindful of what food you put into your mouth. You shouldn't be eating anything that you want for starters. Weight loss occurs when you eat fewer calories than your body burns, creating a calorie deficit. But since you want to maintain your gains, then you should be doing the opposite, consume more calories. Eating foods high in fat and sugar will bulk you up, sure, but you'd be gaining fat mass, not muscles. Your high-calorie intake should be from eating healthy protein-rich foods like chicken breast and baked salmon. Ideally, you should prepare and cook your own meals so you can freely pick healthier ingredients and specifically high-protein ones. And lastly, wash your meals down with water or only zero-calorie beverages. Number 7, know when to eat protein. Having all your protein during dinner isn't a smart idea, as it'll be harder for your body to enter autophagy than when you have it all during breakfast. It'll cause a saturation of protein, which must be rid of before the anti-aging benefits of fasting starts kicking in. And if you eat all during breakfast, it can risk your gains since you'll be having a deficit. The main takeaway here is that your muscles can absorb infinite amounts of protein in one sitting, which can hurt your efforts of maintaining muscle. Therefore, you must set a pace when fueling your muscles. Divide your daily protein intake equally into 3 meals of 20 to 35 grams of protein. Doing so will make sure your muscles have enough protein to build and repair, and that you don't have an excess when it's time to fast. If you want to maintain muscle during fasting, supplementing can help. Here's how. Number 8, take dietary supplements. During your feeding periods, take protein and creatine. Taking protein supplements will ensure you're getting enough protein and help improve muscle size and performance. Creatine is also good as it works to support muscles and increases strength gains from weight training by 5 to 10%. Number 9, elevate growth hormones. Did you know that fasting is one of the most effective ways of naturally stimulating human growth hormones, HGH? This hormone promotes cartilage, bone, and muscle growth, leading to bigger and stronger muscles. In short, fasting in itself is already a sort of anabolic biohacking. It maximizes the release of HGH until you break the fast after training. It also puts your body into an anabolic state at the right time for muscle maintenance and growth. Number 10, consider doing a fasted workout. You can also do a fasted workout. Not only will it help maintain your gains, but it can also help boost muscle growth. Training while fasting can even give your pre-workout a boost. Without anything in your system, your pre-workout hits you harder. When you plan to have a fasted workout, consider taking 5 to 10 grams of BCAAs before training. BCAAs will help prevent any muscle from being broken down during your workout session. When practicing fasting, it pays to know the things your body goes through so you can prepare yourself and ease into the process as smoothly as possible. Click here to learn the stages of fasting.